I heard over that.
You sound swell.
Yeah,
Yep.
sounds good. Well, Tim has his beautifully scrubbed Yamaha piano and matching New Balance sneakers, and those are like blinding.
You're going to have to hold those up pretty high for the camera
They are
to
blinding.
see them.
In fact, I got advice from Ellis Paul not to wear the blinding white sneakers on stage. If you could see them, you can't see them here. So, it doesn't matter. But
I think once the spotlight hits those things, you're a star.
yeah, you're a sneaker commercial, he said.
Well, Tim, you've been here before, and we're delighted to have you back. We always like to jump in with a song, so what do you have for us?
Well, thanks. Man, it's really nice to be here. By my count, this is number 8.
Is it really?
Since I think like 2018 or 2017 maybe.
You know what that means? We're going to have to invite Glenn Jones back now.
It's a contest, obviously.
Let me start with a little meditation on the year 1945. Headed down to Jerseyville, the summer of 45. On the wrong side of the Illinois River, somewhere on the road to their new life. They drove all the way from Kansas. They were feeling halfway lost. Campsville had a ferry. Hey, look at that, let's get across. On a 38 Ford Special. She sat down on the hood. Brownie box camera. Smile, you're looking good. And as the boat revved up its motor, that ferry started to glide, they felt the breeze, the current, and the moment. Determination in their eyes. Just a short ride to the other side. Just a short ride to the other side. She got the film developed at the Rexall drug that next day. Years later, her tape gun labeled it under a page of cellophane. That was almost 80 years ago now. And I look at it from time to time. That photograph still gets to me when I look back on their lives. just a short ride to the other side. Just a short ride to the other side.
Smith live here on Pass the Hat. What a fantastic song to open with. And folks are chiming in on the chat already. Glenn Jones swears it's your 58th time on the show, and he's jealous. He's booking with us already. And Cara Marie says, hi, Tim, you sound great.
Oh, thanks. Hi, Cara. And Glenn, get rid of one N and we'll talk.
Wow, that's low. There will be fisticuffs in the parking lot.
Well, Tim, that was a wonderful song, very literary. I mean, I love that, and I hadn't heard you approach music in your songs in that way before. I think I love that. Was that something recent, or when did that song appear?
Well, I was looking at some old photographs, and actually that came from this one here, and I'll pass it to you guys. But I don't know if you can you see that one?
Yeah.
Yes.
But this here is my mom sitting on a 38 Ford.
Oh
in the year
gosh.
1945,
Wow.
as they're moving to Illinois from Kansas, and so basically that's where that song came from, a photo album.
So, do most of your songs have a stimulus like that, like a picture or something you've heard or a memory?
Yeah, often there's a little prompt, or sometimes it comes from a little play on words or something, and I thought you can make something out of that. And for me, usually the words come first. Yeah.
Now, you, if I recall right, came from the Midwest somewhere?
Right. I came from not far from where that picture was taken. In fact, Kirby Hurd came from that, by maybe like 60 or 70 miles south of where her grandparents were in Jerseyville, Illinois, I think, and they had a Rexall drug, so I had to put
No
it in
kidding.
this.
Wow.
I had to put it in the song.
That's
I'd
cool.
have no idea where that was developed. But.
Well, you're a multi-instrumentalist. In addition to keyboard, we know that you play trumpet and tuba and some flutes. And I recently saw a beautiful Irish colored flute. And so way back when in the Midwest, what was your first instrument?
Piano. Piano lessons in elementary school.
And it's odd for somebody to then turn to a brass instrument from piano. Was that because of
I
band?
played
or?
in the bands.
Yeah.
I played in bands. I had a trumpet, and in fact, when my dad saw I could play it, and he was a guy who grew up in the Depression. He did not part with his money easily at all. So you could have knocked me over with a feather when he bought my band. My band teacher's trumpet was for sale, and he bought me this so I still have it. I still have this one playing. So
Excellent. Well, we're mainly here to enjoy your fine music, so if you'd be so kind.
So yeah, keep an eye out for Laura now.
We will keep an eye out for Laura.
Cara, she made a request, and I don't want to honor her request without it. All right. Well, so here's the one that David Wilcox liked. I remember I saw Jim Lauderdale. It sounds like I'm name dropping when I do that. I probably shouldn't do that. I saw Jim Lauderdale. He says, I hate a name dropper, he says. Like I was telling Madeline Albright last week. I hate a name dropper. All right. In the town that I grew up in, there were 3 things in full supply. There was corn and beans and scrutiny from 1,000 pairs of eyes. 1,000 pairs of eyes. Uptown we got 2 water towers. One's white and sleek and round, but that old gray one will never come down. Stuck in their ways in this town. Stuck in their ways in this town. And they called 111 the hard road. No one my age knew why. Is it what it was made of, or what you're afraid of, the day that you say goodbye? Curlers sitting under the dryers. Do you really think he would leave? Gossip and rumors sustain them, but who knows who to believe? Who knows who to believe? And every man in the stands is the coach. Man, them kids are just giving this one away. And that old point guard don't work half as hard as me when I used to play back in my younger days. And they called 111 the hard road. No one my age knew why. Is it what it was made of, or what you're afraid of, the day that you said goodbye? And the Methodists had the best organ. Across town you could hear it thunder, but a Catholic boy would never go in there. What's it look like? I still wonder. What's it look like? I still wonder. Dusty pool hall, snooker table, keep score with wooden beads that you slide from the old men's cribbage in the back room. Cuss words would leak inside. Cuss words would leak inside. And they called 111 a hard road. No one my age knew why. Is it what it was made of, or what you're afraid of, the day that you say goodbye? Yeah, I've seen your grades, and yeah, they're all A's. But kid, you're just smart in school. You can't drive a tractor, you can't drive a nail. Nothing but a fool. Nothing but a fool. And the dime store shelf cradled knickknacks. If you break it, you have bought it. So I stayed clear like the thought of living my life there. Nothing that I wanted. Nothing that I wanted. And the houses all look smaller when I return to see a name etched in stone. Like the trucks hauling corn down the highway, how the years have flown. How the years have flown. And they called 111 the hard road. No one my age knew why. Is it what it was made of? What you're afraid of? The day that you said goodbye.
Tim Smith. Tim, the more often that you come to the show, I notice that your songs are tinged with both history and your history. And as you write, I always wonder to myself, what is the more important thing for you to convey? Is it to convey the history or your history? And what are you leaving behind and for whom?
Well, yeah, that's kind of it, isn't it? You know, I mean, I'm trying to get more of what I think might be interesting things from my past into the songs in a way that may be of interest to people. You know, you worry that, that you're reciting your journal or something in a way that nobody gives a crap about. But sometimes, I mean, especially since, where I grew up was very different than here and very different from the way things are now. Part of me thinks, well, maybe there's something interesting about some of that stuff.
I think it is interesting, at least from the chat on the video, where folks are saying don't get a big head or anything, but it's great, strong stuff. That was a word I can't say on the radio. So folks are liking it.
Oh, well, thanks. Thanks, unnamed people out there.
Well, and it's in contrast. When I first met you a few years ago and first heard you, I was, of course, entertained, as everyone is. And you do a big variety of music, and you were doing stuff you do a lot of comedy music that is very funny. But I've noticed a shift, at least in the times that I see you, that the tide is shifting. It seems like you're really centered on they're very poignant stories.
Yeah, I'm trying to do more of that. It was interesting. I actually just went into Jerry Brown's studio and talked to Jerry for a day, and sat down at a Fender Rhodes, and he recorded it for giggles. I mean, it wasn't ever going to be used for anything, but it was just a way of hearing what he thought about a whole bunch of songs. And I did some of each of those kind, some of the funnier ones, hey, things used to suck, sing along, and Jerry liked the more serious ones, 201, and he said, really, if you're going to spend time, doing anything with these, his opinion was those sort of ones which had more to them. And I kind of respect his opinion, and so that might be influencing that I'm doing more of this sort of thing.
Everybody, we are here with Tim Smith, just enjoying this tremendously. And Tim, your presence is out there on Facebook, and can you tell people where to find that?
So if you go to facebook.com/TEEYUM songs, TEEYUM songs, one word. That's my Facebook page, which is called OL'' songs. And also, Eileen and I have a Big Celtic Fun page for our Irish and contra dance kind of music that we do, which is just Big Celtic, Big Celtic Fun, Facebook.com/Big Celtic Fun. I also have a YouTube channel where I put stuff up to my stuff, and which is T. Smith songs, I think. Excellent. On YouTube.
Or people, you could just buckle your seatbelts, because Tim is going to present another wonderful song for us right now.
So anyway, here is, that song is kind of hard on my whole town, so I need to kind of make amends. So here's a song about a character I grew up with. On the day the goat went missing, he looked in that hog shed. And as the door creaked open, the two of them butted heads. legend has it that he was dazed, and the goat, he lay there dead. And from then on in our little town, everybody said, there goes Joy Miller, Billy Goat Killer Man. Slow-witted, big-talking, hard-working, everybody's friend. Most days in faded overalls, as the screen door banged, he'd holler, I did that weeding down below. I want $1. And we would fish him out one from the second file drawer. Next day for Doc, he'd hold some hogs, come back for one more, 'cause he was Joy Miller, Billy Goat Killer Man. Slow-witted, big-talking, hard-working, everybody's friend. In brand spanking blue new overalls, most nights he'd shuffle uptown. And at both of the fill-in stations, he'd say, oh, I'm in trouble now. And he'd spin some variation on those angry girlfriend tales. And everybody played along, 'cause a small town treats you well. If you're Joy Miller, Billy Goat Killer Man, slow-witted, big-talking, hard-working, everybody's friend. And I've seen him in Chicago, muttering with a shopping cart. And out in San Francisco, shouting in fits and starts. You can say what you want about a little town, but the way they treated you, for that they can be proud. They can be proud. Joy in heaven. That's what the preacher said on the day your life was through. And I don't doubt for a minute what that preacher said was true. And I know when you got up there what you were like to do. St. Peter is a patient man, and he likes a tall tale too. From Joy Miller, Billy Goat Killer Man, slow-witted, big-talking, hard-working, everybody's friend. Everybody's friend.
I think you just sang a song about that guy in every small town everywhere.
I hope so, yeah.
When I was growing up, Carborough, we considered him the mayor of Carborough, had this similar big, hard-working, huge fan of the Carborough High School football team, huge promoter, and Cat Baby was the name everybody knew him by. Nobody knew what his actual given name was, but he was everywhere in Carborough, and he was a similar kind of a guy, and beloved by everybody, and the nicest guy you'd ever meet.
This guy won the hog calling contest like 10 years in a row.
Nice.
Sweet. You know,
Hey, don't push that mic too far away.
All right, we won't push it. We won't push it. All right, is there a Laura in the house yet?
Well, if she's in, she's not commenting on the video.
Okay, well, is Cara still here?
Yes, Cara.
Cara, you can tell her I honored her. I did what. So I woke up this morning. I looked at my Facebook. And Laura says, "It's my birthday. Could you whip up a birthday song for me? I know you're going to do this thing, you know."
Thank you, Laura.
Laura, I know you're jonesing for a birthday song. And Kirk and Bob and Kim say it's okay if I don't take too long. If I don't take too long. So I'll get right on it. If I'm going to honor your request. So happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, I guess.
Happy birthday, Laura. That was super sweet.
I'll tell you what. All right. Now I can go back to my stereotypical type songs.
Pull that microphone a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Do you need me to come? What are you doing to my mic stand?
I'm messing it up because I don't like you personally. Okay.
Join the club.
All right. Here's your big opportunity, Bob
Oh,
Johnson.
God.
Opportunity.
So I don't give a... Okay. Social commentary on current events time. Yeah, I can hear you. And I know you mean well. And you're a good guy, as far as I can tell. From the 50-yard line, you put on a show. But there's just one thing I want you to know, Coach. I don't give up. I don't give up. I don't give up about football. I don't give up. I don't give up. I don't give up about football. So pray all you want, if that's what you must do. But it ain't up to me if you win or you lose. In truth, I don't care if you're number one. Your creator don't have a dog in this hunt. And I don't give up. I don't give up. I don't give up about football. I don't give up. I don't give up. I don't give up about football. Out there, bombs are flying. Good people are dying. Millions are starving. And children are crying. The rich, they get richer, and the poor, they get poor. So your holy school spirit, what the is it for? 'Cause I don't give up. I don't give up. I don't give up about football. I don't give up. I don't give up. I don't give up about football. Amen. Have a nice day. Oh, I don't know about that cleaned up version. It's
Oh man, I nailed it.
You did, Bob. You nailed it.
That was Tim Smith with some stellar instrumentation by Bob Johnson on the flugelhorn, I think that thing's called,
Okay.
or something. Well,
Well-
everybody, we have reached the top of the hour, and we're enjoying our time tremendously with Tim Smith. And but we are so fortunate here to have a second hour sponsor, Bob. And he's
Doing
that
my
was a good
calisthenics.
workout on your
I
on your
think
forearms.
we also need to remind folks also that you are listening to WHUP
LP
Hillsboro.
And support for this second hour of Past the Hat is sweetly provided by Matthews Chocolates. Hey, Tim, we need you involved here. Matthews Chocolates, 104 North Churton Street, Hillsboro, North Carolina, the finest in chocolate and chocolate accessories for all of your chocolate needs.
They have never failed to be perfect every time. I have
You've
stuck
got
my
a
teeth into their wonderful
chocolate
products.
cornucopia in there. I watched Matthew build that this afternoon. You can open it now. You can open it later. There's a little bit of everything from the shop in there. And boy, howdy, it's all super good. In fact, I had to tell him, stop putting stuff in there. You're going to give everybody diabetes. Because he was just like taking shovels and just loading stuff up in there, because that's how a chocolate person does. They want you to have all of the chocolate.
Well,
They
Matthew,
would, and why shouldn't we?
We should have all the chocolate. We deserve it.
Matthew, thank you so much. Every week, so reliable,
And so good.
yep. And Tim doesn't have to worry about it. He only comes once a year, so it wears off after about 250 days. The sugar wears off.
You know, if
You can come on back
if,
for
if
some
you
more.
pay for like 10 personal training sessions, you can counterbalance that. Oh,
See,
no.
that's
You'll
just
volunteer.
good spousing right there.
I tell you what, that's altruistic behavior.
Tim, we've been enjoying these songs tremendously, and I'm curious. So you're drawing on your memories from when you grew up, and then or stimulus from a picture, or things you're feeling inside, or characters maybe you've encountered in your life, and so that's where the genesis of the song, where it begins. But how do these songs then? Do they just pour out of you all at once, intact, or is there some kind of process you go through?
Oh, there's nothing like a deadline, to make you actually do something.
What sorts of deadlines do you have?
Well, Swan and Oa was kind of a deadline to try to get something. They had classes were song critique classes. Doodad, trying to make it to the Doodad song circle last Thursday, and often it'll be like 2 days before Doodad, and I'll go, oh man, have I done anything that I'm working on? And I'll go to this file folder on my computer, and oh, hey, that's not half bad, and maybe continue working on it, in a way. Often what'll happen is I'll get an idea and I'll sit down at the computer, generally like the first thing in the morning, and just regurgitate a whole bunch of stuff and just put it aside and won't look at it maybe for a couple of weeks. And
then
or longer sometimes.
Do you rearrange things or add to it, or in this not this last song but the one before, you had an unexpected bridge instrumental part that came in, was very effective, or what, that revision process, is there such a thing?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's I could be edited, some, like I know Dean Driver, for example, will tell you once it's done, he's not going to do a thing to it. It's perfect, and stuff. And I love Dean's songs, but it's interesting. I don't ever feel like anything is done. I mean, I'm always feeling like, I could have said that better, or And in fact, the song about the character in my hometown, I think I probably had that idea 15 years ago, and what each verse should do. Like, I should have a verse about how I got his name. I should have a verse about, about how he worked for my dad. I should have a word for him being taken care of by the town and stuff. But I could never get the chorus. I could never get a chorus because I was stuck on what rhymes with Miller, and there isn't anything that really works for the song that rhymes. Killer. Once you got Killer and Miller out of the way, Thriller. Yeah, stupid, and everything I could come up with stupid, and so I gave up on that as the rhyme scheme and came with the chorus, and boom, everything almost wrote itself from there because I had it in my subconscious probably forever.
It's nice that you have the trust and you just relax and you just let things float around and spin around and you say, well, and you believe, because you've been through this a lot and written a lot of wonderful songs, that you'll know it when it's there. And then that's very cool to hear you talk about it.
And I can't write on a piece of paper because I'm constantly scratching out. I mean, it would just look like it would be, and my handwriting's unintelligible even to me. So I'll come back sometimes and something I've written out like on a notebook pad. What the hell does that say? I can't even read it myself, and so I generally will, like clack it out on the computer. That way you can like redo everything a million times.
But you don't always. You're not carrying a keyboard with you everywhere you go. Do you just remember stuff until you get back
I generally
to that?
start with the words, though. So if I get an idea, I can write. I can write down stuff.
Right.
And
or yell it into your phone and it.
Yeah.
Oh, Kirk's gonna fix the microphone again.
All right, mumble. All right, going to Tom Waits mode.
Speaking of Tom Waits,
I'm here for that.
Last time I saw you play live was at a private hippie music festival, and you were playing, I think, with the All Stars.
Yeah, we
what was it?
we did the song "Going Out West."
Going Out West,
by
and I think that was the best version of that song I've ever heard. You guys, the entire set you did was really amazing.
That's the first time I ever had been at that unnamed event, and it was pretty fun.
Everybody seemed to be
Well,
having
thanks
fun.
for saying
and,
that,
And
but
your
that-
music, the
thanks for saying that.
All-Stars, and I think I came up to you after that song and said how amazing I thought that
Well,
was.
thanks a lot. That was pretty fun. We're honestly the only band who's going to do Wooly Bully segueing right into watching the Detectives.
And it worked.
Well, Tim, we have a nice amount of time left, and we want to get as much of your fine music in as we can. So whatever you'd like to play, we'd love to hear.
All right. Well, I need the words to this one. I don't like to do this way, but this one.
Hey, Tim, where'd you go? Oh, there you are.
Here I am.
I'm going to take that bell away during this transition. I'm going to put it right over
Hey,
here.
hey, Tim, Kim is coveting your horn.
No, covet would not be the word.
Coveting, do what now?
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's horn.
Thou shalt
That
not
was
run
in
it
a
over with your
revised
Kia.
standard version, I think, of something.
Yeah, somebody got the translation wrong way early back, and they fixed it.
So I'm so confident in this song. I went out and I'm not gonna say I'm like expert in graphic design, but I was thinking I need bumper stickers for this song.
Right.
Do you see this, Lucy Bella? This is a song for you.
But at any rate,
Yeah.
this song is called Multiply Division. Actually, kind of serious social commentary for a change. I will not join that culture clash. My heart will not be lazy. I'll listen to what you have to say, even if it drives me crazy. I'll take it in and tough it out, even if I take derision. Yeah, when you add it up, must we multiply division? I'll question your assumptions, but not your motives, that I promise. Check my facts and I'll check yours. We can keep it honest. Subtract the negativity. Is that such an apparition? And when you add it up, must we multiply division? So put away those 3-word memes. Put away the snark. Nothing is enlightened when you keep it in the dark. Just maybe there's less damage when you avoid a collision, and when you add it up, must we multiply division? So ask me what I want, not what I want to hate. Wear my shoes for a minute or two, I'll wear yours for a day. Maybe we'll find some common ground if we all make the decision. We got to try to add it up. I will not multiply division. I'm in, come on everyone. Must we multiply division? All right.
I love that sentiment, and I love the bumper sticker. Don't multiply division.
I tell you what,
That's
it's
good stuff.
I might be a little better at songwriting than graphic design. Just saying.
It works, though.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Tim, you'd mentioned Swannanoa a little bit, and some listeners may not know about that wonderful event. Tell us more.
Sure. From about the beginning, every year in the beginning of July to about the first week in August, at Warren Wilson College, which is about halfway between Black Mountain and Asheville, they have a series of folk music workshops. And some of them are instrument specific, like they have a week devoted to mandolin and banjo. Some of them are kind of more thematically oriented, like there's a Celtic week that I've gone to almost every week since 1998, except for I got COVID just before it this year and had to bail. And there's a traditional song week, which is great. I mean, it's just you sit around in a circle and sing for no reason forever. You know, it's just it's fantastic, and we have great friends who go to that.
Did I see a video of Sergeant Pepper's or something?
And you know, just to talk about a couple of the other more of the weeks. So there's Old Time Appalachian Music Week, which is really big, and then the final week has two programs. It's a guitar program, and man, they have every kind of guitar player teaching that week, and everything from jazz to finger picking to these, you know, just amazing players of all types. And then there's a songwriter half of that week that they call Contemporary Folk Week. And so Guitar and Contemporary Folk Week is just the last of the 5 weeks, and that's where you get to take. You can take a class from Tom Paxton, for crying out loud.
Wow.
You can take a class from Jim Lauderdale or you know, it's just Ellis Paul. You know, some of the greats. You can take performance classes from people who have been performing on stage for 40 years. You know, just it's an amazing experience. You know, and so I really like to go in. And on Thursday night of that guitar and Contemporary Folk Week, this guy John Tosco comes from Charlotte, and John is basically a savant on Beatles stuff. I mean, he knows every Beatles song ever. I mean, and what key it's in, and you know what are the chords in the bridge and stuff. And he comes in, and they have what's called a Beatles scream. It starts it starts with like "I Want to Hold Your Hand," and like 60 or 70 Beatles songs later, you know, this small band like leads like 100 people singing Beatles songs for several hours at the top of their lungs. And if you can have any more fun in this life, I don't know exactly what it is.
And remind us again what time of the year this is.
So this is July at Warren Wilson College. So if you go to swangatheringoneword.com, and you know they put up information about the program, and you can get an idea. They keep the catalog for the previous year up, and you can.
For everybody, if you feel like you're in a creative slump with your music, that sounds like the perfect way to wake yourself up.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's you know, and a lot of the people who attend have incredibly high skill levels too. You know, so it's really hard to beat.
Excellent.
Kind of perfect timing for escaping the sweltering heat of the Piedmont of North Carolina. You just head up to the mountains and hang out with a bunch of musicians. Sounds like a blast.
But you don't have to go to Swannanoa right now to hear Tim Smith play more music, do you?
I tell you what, Kim, you're the master to segue.
Hand me more bourbon.
And I'm learning how to say "I tell you what" without even thinking about it.
Tell you what.
All right. I won't name drop, but one of the guys I took a class from really liked this song, and it really did my heart good.
I think it's okay to name drop that name because it's a name that's not dropped very much for that reason. Drop it.
Anyway, okay, so the guy took a class. His name is Don Henry, and Don Henry is a guy who's gotten a Grammy for songwriting, and a veteran. Well, it's hit the fan. You drew a bad hand. And what's coming next, you can't understand. But I'm here. Yes, I'm here. What's done will be done. And I can't wave a wand. It is what it is, and I can't make it gone, but I'm here. Yes, I'm here. Don't know what you need, don't know what you feel. All that I know that it's real, and I'm here. Yes, I'm here. And the news is the news, and the blues are the blues. All the banging and clanging, things get confused, but I'm here. Yes, I'm here. For so long we've been blessed, and now it's a mess. And what's coming now is anyone's guess. But I'm here. Yes, I'm here. Don't know what you need, don't know what you feel. All that I know is I know that it's real, and I'm here. So I'm here. I don't have a clue, and I don't know what to do. All that I know is I love you, and I'm here. Yes, I'm here. I'm here for the tears, I'm here for the years. All I have is 2 arms and 2 good ears. So I'm here. Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. 'cause I'm here.
Tim Smith is here. Tim, a question: do you have any music out there to buy, perchance on Bandcamp or other such sites?
I really am starting to think seriously about how to do that. The old way of doing it has always been, go into the studio, make a CD, do like
Right.
10 songs at once, and I don't know. It seems like maybe doing one song at a time and putting it out on something like Bandcamp, but doing it right.
Yeah.
Like going in and doing it right. I don't know.
Recording, mixed, mastered, all that. So it's a nice
Yeah.
quality done song, but you don't have to do an entire CD that way.
But,
You can do
or
songs at a time.
that's one way of doing it, or it could be just, I don't know. I want to do it because I'm starting to think I have enough to
Oh, you totally have enough.
Yeah.
to do it. But yeah, if you're gonna, my attitude is I want to do it right if I'm gonna.
Well, the reason I asked very quickly is because we want to see your stuff on Bandcamp, but we've had people in the past 3 weeks here on the show who have stuff on Bandcamp, and today is Bandcamp Friday.
Uh-huh.
What that means is if you go to isitbandcampfriday.com, you'll see that it is.
You'll see,
And all
yes.
of the fees go to the artists themselves. No fees are taken out, and the artists get 25%. They get all of the profits for their music. So when Tim is finished, don't wait till he's finished. And then go on bandcamp.com and go buy local music from our friends, the Couldn't Be Happiers. Go buy from, who else has been on recently?
Kim Ware.
Heather Serrana's on there.
Heather Serrano.
Kim Ware is on there. Check out our local artists.
Jonathan
Check
Bird
it out.
also.
Jonathan Bird, Charles Latham, and so on.
And Tim Smith soon, we hope.
We hope so.
I hope so too.
Everybody, we know that you're going to want to share tonight's show with all of your friends, and we are, as many of you know, videotaping this, as well as it being here on WHUPFM.org. The audio will be archived for all time. Just go on WHUPFM.org, hit shows, scroll down to Pass the Hat, and there it'll be, along with 7 years of other shows. But Bob, the video is also archived and available where?
On all of your favorite streaming services. And if you need to know what your favorite streaming services are, I will tell you. They are Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Facebook and YouTube will keep them forever. Twitch will keep them for 2 weeks. And we're at WHUP Pass the Hat, at WHUP Pass the Hat on all 3 services.
Twitch is like that when they do the beautiful things on the sand, the beautiful renderings and things,
The
and then
tide
they
comes
just
in. Blank slate, start again.
So I guess that adds a certain, kind of
Mystique.
excitement to it,
Yeah.
mystique. And speaking of mystique, Tim, really tremendous music. A number of these tunes I haven't, or maybe most of them I haven't heard before.
Same.
Just really taken with these stories and memories and visions, and a very rich evening we've been spending with you.
This is if I can say, this is my favorite Tim Smith set that I've ever heard.
Oh, yeah, you've had us laughing and crying. It's good stuff.
Well, thanks. I kind of thought this was one of the better batches, really. But it's nice to hear you say that.
So if you would have time for one more song, and a nice amount of time, probably about 6 minutes or so. So if you would bring us home with something that you
I was trying
would
to-
really love to share.
Yeah, so I was planning on 6, but we'll do a silly one. So here I was. This is. Now let me just caveat this. If somehow this gets out, there's a wonderful bluegrass singer. His name is Leroy Savage, and I'm sure if I ever met him, I'm sure he's a pretty nice guy. He's got kind of a different way of commenting on Facebook. But anyway, I just want to say, if I met him, maybe we could, as Shrek said, can't we just settle this over a pint? I'm just saying, too, though, that if you wanted to invent a cartoon, or you wanted to write a cartoon or a short story about a internet troll, could you really come up with a better name than Leroy Savage? But like I said, but I don't want to. I don't know him. I'm sure he's a pretty nice guy. It was a Facebook video post. I was singing George Jones. Karaoke, egged on by my friends. Way down in the comments you said you might could vomit if you ever heard me singing again. Well, here's what I think about that, my friend. Don't troll me, Leroy. Can't we just all get along? 'Cause if you troll me, Leroy, I might get you back in a song. Well, you thought I'd be ravaged 'cause you were so savage, and I'd go crawl deep in a hole. But my hide is thick and that stuff won't stick, even though you're out of control. Troll. Don't troll me, Leroy. Can't we just all get along? 'Cause if you troll me, Leroy, I might get you back in a song. I'm gonna hate to look at this video because this class I took from Vance Gilbert, I did the song, and he said, you gotta keep your head still. Don't give away the next line. You know, stay still. And I know in that first verse I didn't. Sorry, Vance. I heard a rumor. It's just your sense of humor. I shouldn't take your value at face. But you're way off, man. You're no Andy Kaufman. Like that rhyme? And I'm not sure if it's Kaufman or Kaufman, so I've got it both ways. So you're headed south, man. You're no Andy Kaufman. And if you were, it wouldn't work anyway. Don't troll me, Leroy. Can't we just all get along? 'Cause if you troll me, Leroy, I might get you back in a song. To conclude, I suggest that you give it a rest. You gotta know Bruce Springsteen's third album name to get this. Your snarkness on the edge of your town. All right, it's terrible. But I know that your day will still be okay if you don't wake up just to put good folks down. Don't troll me, Leroy. Can't we just all get along? 'Cause if you troll me, Leroy, I might get you back in a song. Please don't take this the wrong way.
Hey, Leroy, if you can do better, come join us on Pass the Hat. We'll give you a microphone and you can sing a song.
Oh, man, he's really good, I've heard. So I'd love to hear him sing.
Well, Tim, we want to thank you for being on the show tonight. This has been wonderful. I love
thanks for
seeing the
having
arc
me.
of your growth.
You know, I really enjoy doing this every time, and this is no exception.
Well, so, Glenn, Tim's ahead. What are you going to do about it?
Throwing down the gauntlet. My goodness.
Man, that
I always
gauntlet
like
hurts
seeing
if you don't
Glenn.
duck from it.
Right? It's got spikes on it and everything.
We like seeing Glenn because he brings his lovely wife and her lovely baked goods, and he brings his fantastic music.
His baby does make pie.
I am a selfish person.
You're just here for the pie.
I admit it.
Indulged on those pies, yes.
Now, Tim, you have brought us. First of all, we're going to shut down the live feed.
Wave
So you
goodbye,
got to look
Tim.
cute and wave goodbye.
Bye. Thanks, everybody who sees this now or later.
Thank you all for watching. We appreciate all of you who are listening and watching.
But the show doesn't end, of course. We keep going on.
That's
even though
right.
the live stream stops.
Yep. We're going to